watched this happen? A learner, blind in fog, followed the tilt faithfully and settled in the wrong valley. The deeper one sat just past its little circle of light. You could see the better valley the whole time. The learner never could. If that image left you uneasy, good. It should. But here's what nobody tells you about it. That fear is real in 2 dimensions, and your model does not live in 2 dimensions. So, where does it live? A modern network has millions of knobs, sometimes a trillion. Now look at the wall the way the math does. One complete setting of every knob is a single point, in a space with 1 axis per knob. And a direction in that space isn't left or right. It's a recipe that turns all the knobs at once, each by its own amount. A million knobs, a million independent ways to move. Hold that thought. It's about to matter. Start where your intuition was trained. 1 knob. The learner slides downhill until the tilt runs out, and here, flat really is the end of the story, because the ground climbs away on both sides. In 1 dimension, a trap has exactly 1 requirement. The floor bends up. Flip a fair coin for that curvature, and half the time you're boxed in. Down here, traps are cheap. And this, 1 knob, 1 valley, is exactly where your intuition grew up. With 2 knobs, the same dead end costs more. At the floor of this dip, walk east-west, the ground bends up. Walk north-south, it bends up too. 2 independent doors, and the landscape holds both shut. Escape would need just 1 direction where the ground leans down, and there isn't one. That's the full price of a 2-dimensional trap. And every dimension you add hands the landscape 1 more door it has to close. Same point. Same time, though count the doors. 1 dimension, 1 condition. 2 dimensions, 2. Every new axis is 1 more independent way the floor must bend up. Not 1 more excuse to catch you. 1 more requirement before it's allowed to. A million dimensions means a million doors, all shut, at the same point, at the same time. So, honest question. How often do you think that actually happens? Let's make it a game. Stand at any flat point and deal 1 curvature coin per direction. Up, that door is shut. Down, there's a way out. For a true trap, every single coin has to land up. Okay, watch around. Up, up, up again. And the last one, down. That's it. 1 open door is all it takes. The walk continues. This flat point was never a prison. It was a pass. Now price the perfect round. Treat each coin as fair and independent. That's a toy model, sure, but it's the honest first estimate. 2 dimensions? 1 chance in 4. 10 dimensions, about 1 in 1,000. A million dimensions, the chance that every door slams shut is 1 over a number with roughly 300,000 digits. That's not rare like a lottery. That's rare like never. The trap you fear has to win a million coin flips in a row. So what does the learner actually meet up there? Places like this. Watch the fog view. The lost falls, then flattens. The steps shrink to almost nothing. Looks exactly like arriving, right? Like the bottom of a valley. But this point is a saddle. The ground climbs 1 way and falls another, and the learner is sitting a hair off the ridgeline. Keep watching. That hair grows, slowly, then suddenly, right through the open door, and away. Flat didn't mean finished. Here's the honest way to see a place you can't picture. Stand at the point and cut 1-dimensional slices through it, in random directions. Each slice is a curve you can actually look at. This one bends up. So does this one. Keep cutting. There, 1 slice bends down. Around a typical flat point, most directions are walls. You only ever need 1 that isn't. Take a census. Sort every slice by its bend. 7 up, 1 down. In a low-dimensional world, that vote would feel hopeless. But this isn't a democracy. A single downhill slice means the point is a saddle, not a minimum, and the walk will eventually find that exit. The tally doesn't need to be friendly, it needs 1 to center. Now, the honest cost. Near any flat point, the tilt itself is tiny, and your step is the tilt times eta. So, as the ground flattens, the steps shrink with it. Look at the counter. Spinning away, and the learner has barely moved. You're not stuck. You're slow. Real training logs are full of this. The loss curve goes quiet, the network drifts across nearly flat country, and then, sometimes after a long while, it finds the door. So look at the scary picture one last time. This map is real, and in 2 dimensions the trap genuinely holds. But it's a cartoon of the space your model explores. Up there, for a generic smooth landscape, flat points with every door shut are vanishingly rare, and the ones that do occur tend to sit nearly as low as the true floor. Special structure can still dig real traps, so the fear isn't 0, it's just not the main story. And that's the strange comfort of scale. Down here, on maps we can draw, the learner gets caught in the first dip it meets. Up where your model lives, among a million spinning knobs, the same blind walk keeps slipping past almost every flat point it touches, because somewhere in a million directions there's nearly always 1 open door. The landscape you can't picture is the one that lets you through, which leaves the real mystery. If the landscape is this forgiving, why do trained models still embarrass themselves? Because the danger was never getting stuck, it's succeeding too well at the wrong test. Next time, overfitting and the exam your model never gets to see.